Good evening. Welcome to episode of Rose Circles Together. So, guys, okay. So today I went to the gym, and I didn't have the same type of vision, but something I've been thinking about for a while. Okay, I feel like I found a resolution. Yes, I have a resolution. But I want to talk about it because I think it's very relevant. Okay, so about what's going on I guess a spiritual scale. So I've said before in several visions, this idea came up that the vibration of the good is accelerating and it's becoming stronger. And that is how this whole thing begins to fall apart. Obviously, it has to do with laws and issues, those kinds of things, but there's this work that is happening on the invisible realm, okay? So I just wanted to tell you a little bit more about it. I thought maybe I should. I don't think I really want to do a guided meditation on this just because it's more about explaining the system, because once you understand it, then it's very easy to just do it on your own. Okay, you don't. I don't think you necessarily need it in a meditation, because it's in a way it's about a wakefulness and understanding how we react to these news and manifestations of the dark. Okay, the dark side meaning, for example, when Trump tweets about baseball games right after the tragedy in Pittsburgh, right? It's like he wants to change the subject. He wants to be inappropriate. He wants to basically say that none of this really matters, right? He's never tweeted. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? So when we read these stories, or that what's his name? I think it's Stephen King. I forgot the name of the guy from, I think, Iowa. He went to Auschwitz, and then he said, "Oh, I don't think the Nazis were so bad." You know, those kinds of things, whatever. So he went out to visit, and it's like, "Oh, maybe I should hear from other people who don't think the Nazis were all that bad." He really said that, something of that effect. Okay, so then I saw this. I think I've been practicing this to an extent, but now I'm seeing it more concretely. Okay, so when I observe, it's like about, instead of reacting, observing. Okay, and then essentially first picturing yourself protected by a pink bubble of light, and then when you are protected and you have this light around you, you observe the unpleasant event, statement, inappropriate reaction, those kinds of things. Okay, and then it's almost like you looking at these events, these statements, these Nazi manifestations as energy, and not as something that comes from a person. So it's almost like if you have a camera, for example, if you make everything really out of focus, that's the closest thing I could think of, so that you can't even tell what's something. It's not about the form, but it's about the energy. So when I think of these unpleasant persons or those statements, events, when people are holding these hateful thoughts and pushing for policies and ideas that are really about hurting others, then if you look into it, right, if you look into the person, you see it's almost like a black smoke, something very opaque, and but it vibrates on a lower level. And so when you are protected by this pink light, you can look into this, almost like you see this kind of dark, like, for example, let's say you think of Trump and how he reacted, how he didn't react, and he's pretending nothing happened, right? And he went to his hate rallies or whatever. Instead of thinking that, you kind of take a step back and you see it as an abstraction, almost like as smoke, like black smoke or something. It's like this opaque hole, basically, right, that sucks all the energy, right, and it's like prevents the light from spreading. So when you think about it, imagine yourself wrapped by this pink bubble of light and visit this event or this location where, let's say, Trump is, for example, and focus on it. Focus your light around it. Okay, don't fear it, and just focus this light on it. And almost as if, when you were a kid, there was these cartoons that had lasers, something a little bit similar. You're protected inside this pink bubble traveling, and then you picture this light onto this dark cloud. okay, which is the darkness here, the evil. And then I think, and I got this image about what happens, but basically, I know it seems that nothing is happening and it's not something that happens immediately, but on this abstract level, the darkness begins to dissolve, okay? Because when we fear, this is what I understood. So when we fear, when we validate this shape shifting darkness, okay, evil, we forget about our own light. And this is what I understood, okay? I understood that we have a lot of power. I don't mean we also have power in terms of as people, okay, under the nation of laws, we have power. But what I'm talking about here is this sense of empowerment because we are connected to this light source, okay? It's almost like you plug yourself, it's literally like plugging yourself into an energy source. So once you plug yourself into this energy source and you're surrounded by light and you are light, then everything vibrates higher, okay? And you can see these events, or like I can think, for example, the children being kept in concentration camps is another one, okay? So it's like this, it's like how that's the definition of pure evil, right? Even if it's like these people, whoever is like trying, is behind it, profiting from it. I'm imagining myself taking a step back in all the darkness and kind of like just putting the light, like almost like I've done Reiki, so it's a little bit, it would be something similar as if you're almost touching the darkness, okay? And it may not be that you see something, okay? It may not be that there's nothing really visible, but there's a lot shifting, and we are all, if before we say, oh my God, he's gonna do this, he's gonna do that, no, we know that the only thing that really lasts is the light, okay? And the only thing that really is light and love, really. So if you connect to the source and you wrap yourself in it and you use this connection to the source to confront the darkness in thought even, okay, then you realize that you have power, okay? And power doesn't mean only to act as a conscientious citizen and to demand that justice is served, all those things, okay? But I feel like this incredible strength, okay? And it's not because I'm like, oh, I'm sensitive. I have a intuition. Yeah, I vibrate. What do you think? Huh? No, it's not that. It's because anybody could do it. It's not. I don't have to be. Oh, they're special. Listen. No, you know what I mean? Like, no, anybody could do it. This is what I mean. It's like, and it's interesting because when you see that this is what I wanted to say too, we are only receptacles of energy at the end of the day. Okay. So we are receptacles of energy and we are source, like we reflect, like mirror, we are both receptacles of energy and we are mirrors. Okay. So in the sense that we receive the energy, but then we have, like not mirror is not the right word, but it's like we can direct this energy. If we're connected to the soul, then we can direct this energy and help dissolve the darkness, okay? And what I wanted to say is that I have noticed this since the day of the massacre, that I feel that there is a sense of the good love, the good righteousness, okay? It's like we know what is right or wrong. Nobody is afraid, right? There's nothing to fear. And because I think this is the kind of tragic moment where people are forced to look for the light because everything is so dark around. You know what I mean? So it's almost like, as I was saying before, it's like the lowest of the low moment, but at the same time, it's the moment of the collective, okay? And the collective, if you cannot be in a place where other people are, or you can be in a gathering, you can do this, okay? You can focus on this event. It's like, oh, it's so upsetting, right? Oh my God, Mueller hasn't done anything. Oh my God, this. It's like, think of the thing that's scary, or all the hate and all of that. Just picture yourself in light, project the light. When you feel that you're totally protected and you have it around you, then you can project it onto the darkness. But you can't ignore the darkness. You can't run away from it. You can empower it, okay? Because what I sense here is that the message here too is about how we have forgotten our power. For whatever reason, I know there's all this stuff going on all the time, television, social media, whatever, distraction. But the reality is that this moment and all the perilous chaos that we've had to endure as a result of this administration has connected us to the source, right? For better or worse. And that is when we understand that we are powerful on a spiritual level. Okay, so this is what I mean, guys. I feel like, and when we connect to the source, really on that level, and we use our power to dissolve this darkness, then everything else in the realm of action becomes stronger and more assured, because we're not afraid. We know that we are connected to the right thing. We're connected to the light. We want love. We want the light. And that's just the thing. It's like when we get to this level of abstraction where it's not about like, oh, I want to pray that this happens. No, it's like we're connecting to the light as if we're just charged and connected. And then we're just working to dissolve the lies and darkness. Anything that's darkness, anything that's literally smoke and mirrors, we focus on the smoke and mirrors and we dissolve it. Okay, because that's like we've talked about it before, how they want to obscure everything. So I just thought this was like really interesting, and I wanted to share it. Okay, so that's that, guys. I feel like more and more, even I'm thinking of now of the Georgia election. That guy is, oh no, but you can't vote. All those things. Just seeing that guy out of focus, and seeing just as a mass of light, darkness, like a dark gray kind of smoky kind of smudge or something. That's that guy, and just imagining putting light onto that. Okay, and so that slowly it demagnetizes. Okay, because Trump worked to really magnetize. That's why he says all these like really hateful things, because he wants people magnetized. He wants people riled up and like, oh my God, what? No. So we're gonna demagnetize it so that it loses power, no matter what he tries to do. And all these people try to do, they don't have power, okay, anymore. There is no more energy lent to them. It's like we're just kind of project the light, okay? So that's that. So I think that really strengthens our actions. Okay, like I said before, it's not enough to just be in the spiritual realm, but I think this is really incredibly grounding, because we're going through the kinds of changes that we're not prepared for necessarily. It's not like there's choose one for say goodbye to Donald J. Ra. Oh, say, you know what I mean? We don't know really exactly how this is going to happen, but it's clear it's happening. And so since it's going to be a roller coaster of unknown events, we have to get connected to the light in this moment, okay? And that will guide us to the better, new reality, okay? So that's what I wanted to say, guys, okay? So that's it. I have a list of other readings to do here, but since I feel like this is a little bit, it's not off topic, but it's a little bit separate than, usually the readings have to do with persons or events. This is a little bit off. So I am going to upload it separately, okay? All right.